Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will create bottom navigation and navigation drawer together. Here is the quick little preview. This is how navigation drawer will look, and this is how bottom navigation will look. You can switch from one fragment to another fragment. Also, when you click on the middle floating action button, it will throw a toast. Then when you click on navigation drawer item, it will open the respective fragment. For the remaining items, I have put a toast on it. So this is what we are going to create in this video. Also, previously I have already created a video on navigation drawer, bottom navigation and bottom sheet dialog together. But that was only a user interface video, so it was not fully functional. Hence, I am recreating this project which is fully functional. With that said, let's begin creating our project. So I am using the latest version of Android Studio, that is Flamingo. So you might see a little different interface. Okay, so this is Jetpack Compose activity, but we'll be using empty views activity. Then click on next. Name the activity as navigation bottom. And keep the language as Java. Then click on finish. First go to colors.xml under the resource directory. Here we already have black and white color present. So we will duplicate the line and add our color as red and the hex value as FF0000. Perfect. Next, go to strings.xml. First change the app name to YouTube. Now we require two strings to toggle between open and close of navigation drawer. So let me quickly write both the strings. We will be using both the string value in main activity. And it's done. Next, move to themes.xml. Change the parent theme to no action bar because we'll be using our custom toolbar for which action bar is not required. Also, the latest version of Android Studio does not provide any theme attribute, so I only have to write it. So the first one is color primary as black. Then color primary variant white. Both of them are the basic color of your app. Then text color primary is the color of your navigation text color. And then status bar color as red. Okay. Now the same color primary won't work for navigation drawer because bottom navigation and navigation drawer are in contrast with each other. Hence color will differ. So for that, we need to create a separate theme for navigation drawer. Give it a style name. And color primary as white. Now close all the tabs. So we need to add 11 vector assets and one image. Okay. So let me copy paste the image. Then right click on Drawable, New, and then Vector Asset. Now select Home icon. Similarly, you have to add all the other vector asset as well. These are all the names of icon. You can search them accordingly and add them in the drawable folder. Now we are done with all the prerequisite. As we are creating two menus, that is bottom navigation menu and navigation drawer menu, hence we will require a menu directory. So right click on resource folder, then new, then Android resource directory. Name the directory as menu and keep the resource type as menu. Then click OK. Right click on menu directory, then new and then menu resource file. Write the file name as bottom underscore navigation underscore menu. And then click OK. First, we will create a bottom navigation. So as you saw, it will have 4 items and one floating action button in the middle. So the first item is home. We will have 3 attributes: ID, title, and icon. Same way we will create it for shorts as well. Then we will leave a space for floating action button and keep enabled as true, which means it is clickable. Now copy the previous item and paste it. We will use it for creating subscription item. And then the same way we will do it for video library as well. Also, none of them are visible here because of the theme colors, but don't worry, they will be visible in activity main. Now let's move on to create navigation drawer. Write the file name as navigation underscore drawer underscore menu and then click OK. So we will have 6 items under navigation drawer. Add necessary attributes. Tools show in will create a user interface of navigation drawer. All the 6 items will be inside a group whose checkable behavior is single, which means it will act as a radio button that only one at a time can be clicked. Okay. Inside the group, we will create our first item as trending with ID, icon, and title. Similarly, we'll create all other categories as well. So let me quickly create them. And it's done. So navigation drawer items are ready, and now it's time to create navigation drawer header. So right click on layout folder, then new, and then layout resource file. Write the file name as navigation underscore header and keep the root element as linear layout. And then click OK. Here keep the height as 176 dp. Then gravity as top, padding as 16 dp, then background as white. And then theme as app compat dark. I'll be using only one image in the header, but you can create a profile image with a text view as per your requirement. So I'll keep the layout gravity as center and add a respective header image. And that's it. Now it's time to assemble everything in the activity main.xml. So instead of constraint layout, we'll be using drawer layout as our parent because we are creating navigation drawer. Hence, we will require drawer layout. Then give it an ID as drawer layout and then remove the text view because we won't need it, okay? Instead, create a relative layout with the height and width as match parent and keep the background color as black. Then inside the relative layout, we'll be creating a custom toolbar. I'll keep the background as red and give it an elevation as 4 dp and then give the theme accordingly. Then we will create a frame layout with height and width as match parent and ID as fragment container. So basically we will be using fragments, hence we will require frame layout. Here the bottom navigation will be as it is in the same place only the fragments will keep replacing each other in that particular frame layout. Okay, now we are creating a floating effect for the bottom navigation. For that we require bottom app bar, and to create that bottom app bar we will require coordinator layout. So keep the height and width as match parent only. Now inside the coordinator layout, we'll create a bottom app bar. Keep the layout gravity as bottom and background tint as red. As I said, we'll be using bottom app bar to give that floating effect to the floating action button. So we'll add fab cradle margin as 10 dp and fab cradle rounded corner radius as 58 dp. Then inside the bottom app bar, we'll be creating a bottom navigation view. Here we will set the label visibility mode as labeled and add the respective menu that we created before. As we are using bottom app bar color, so we'll keep the background as transparent. Then we will add the floating action button in the middle. So give it a background tint and an icon. Then anchor or attach it with the bottom app bar. Increase the icon size to 40 dp. and done. Lastly, create a navigation drawer outside the relative layout, okay? Keep the layout gravity as start and give the background color as black. Now give icon color as white. Also the text color as white. Lastly, add the header in the header layout and its respective menu which we created before, okay? Of course, it is not going to be visible here, but we will see it at the time of runtime. Now close all the tabs. So we need to create 7 fragments for each items. So 4 fragments will be for the bottom navigation, and as navigation drawer has 6 items in it, so 3 will be fragments and 3 will be toast. Okay. So right click on package name, then click on new, then fragment and choose blank fragment. Name it as HomeFragment and then click on finish. Similarly, we'll be creating other fragments as well. To save your time, I have created them already, so you can see the name and create them accordingly. Okay. Now we will redesign all the fragments, giving them their respective names. So here we will write the text as gaming. And give it a gravity as center and text color as white. I know it's not visible here, but if you remember, we have kept the relative layout background as black, right? So white text color will be visible on the black background. Similarly, let me quickly do it for all the other fragments as well. And we are done. Now close all the tabs. Finally, we will add all the functionality in the main activity. As we are using navigation drawer, hence we are required to implement navigation item selected listener. It shows an error to implement methods, which we will do it in a while, okay? Before that, let me quickly add all the necessary variables which we'll be using in the code. And it's done. Now let's implement the method. So select on navigation item selected and click OK. See, the error is gone and we also have our method which we will do later. For now, we will implement another method. So write @ and you will see an option override/implement methods. Click on it. Search on back pressed and click OK. So this method handles the back button with navigation drawer. So if says if the navigation drawer is open and we click on the back button, then the navigation drawer should be closed. Else, if the drawer is already closed and then we press the back button, then it should exit the app. Got it? Now let's move to our next method, that is OpenFragment. So instead of writing the same code again and again, we will reuse this method. As I previously said, fragments replace each other. That's what this method is for, okay? So we will use fragment transaction and fragment manager. That will help to replace the fragments in the fragment container, which was our frame layout, right? Then lastly, commit it. Now back to our onNavigationItemSelected method. This is where we will assign all the items to the respective fragments. So first let me create an int variable as item ID that will take the ID of each item that are present in the navigation drawer. So if you remember, we have given the IDs to all the items present in the navigation drawer menu XML file, correct? So if the item ID is equal to the navigation trending item ID, that is our first item in the navigation drawer, then we will use OpenFragment, which will open TrendingFragment. Then go to else if. Similarly, we will do it for other item IDs as well. As I previously said, we'll be redirecting 3 items to fragment and other 3 items will be as a toast. So let me quickly create a toast for each item. And we are done. Also, after selecting the particular item, the navigation drawer should close itself. Hence keeping it as true. Now initialize all the required items, otherwise you will face null pointer errors. I think I have not added ID for toolbar, so let me quickly do that. And now we can access it. Perfect. Then we don't have action bar, right? So we will set a custom toolbar as our action bar. Now we will use action bar drawer toggle, where we will set the first parameter as this, which means main activity itself. Then second parameter is drawer layout itself, which means our entire activity main. Then next parameter we will set it as toolbar, that will act as our action bar. And lastly, we will add both the string value which we created at the start, right? Finally, we will add toggle as the drawer listener and synchronize the state. Then we will initialize the navigation view, and remember we implemented on the navigation item selected listener at the top, right? So now we will set it on the navigation view. And we are done with all the navigation drawn code. Now let's initialize bottom navigation view. As we are using a transparent background in the bottom navigation, hence we have set the background as null. Then set on item selected listener and it will generate a ready-made code for you. So again, the logic will be the same, that we will get the item ID, and if the item ID matches with the bottom navigation item ID, then it will open the respective fragment. Simple, right? Also, in previous video, people were facing errors as constant expression required in switch statement. Hence, this time I'm going for if-else statement, so you won't face that error again. So let me quickly write code for all the 4 bottom navigation items. And we are done. We will also add our opening fragment. So when you open the app, the very first fragment will be the home fragment. Got it? Lastly, we will set on click listener on the floating action button. So you can open a bottom sheet dialog or maybe open a new activity. It is totally up to you. But for now, I'll be creating a toast only. And we are done with the coding. Also, if you face unnecessary error line, then go to build, click on clean project, and see, the error is gone. Now let's run the app. It looks perfect. As I previously said, the opening fragment will be our home fragment. Then we have shorts, floating action button toast, then subscription, and video library. All of them are working perfectly. Now let's see the navigation drawer. Let me click on trending and see trending fragment is opened. See how smoothly fragments are replacing each other in the frame layout without disturbing navigation drawer or bottom navigation. Both of them will be in the same place, only fragments will change. So yeah, that is it for the video, and if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.